All right, so before going on with our discussion of functions, I wanted to really emphasize the comment I made earlier about how important it is that your code be readable to other programmers. There's actually a lot of thought goes into by professional programmers. Professional programmers put a lot of thought into how they're going to make their code clear and easy for other programmers and themselves to reuse later on. Okay, and there are whole sites devoted to what's a good way to write your code so that it's clear and easy to for others to use. There's this PEP8 style guide. Google, there's the Google Python style guide. So Google uses Python quite extensively, and they've done a lot of thinking about what makes for good form as far as Python functions. The key though really is is your code clear? I mean, you can go, for example, if I was going to follow exactly the Python guidelines, or if I was going to be extreme about Python guidelines, let's say, then I might comment this function like this here. Let's see. Calculates the area of a rectangle. I might even, and then you need to put an extra space. This is following the guidelines. Then I might say something like the area of a rectangle is calculated by multiplying the width times the height. And then I might want to say something about the arguments that are passed to it. Width is an integer that represents the width of the rectangle, and length is an integer that represents the length of the rectangle, and this function returns an integer representing the area of the rectangle. And then make sure I end it lined up this way, and so there are like I said, there are really detailed ways of doing comments and naming your procedures and everything like that. If you're just the key is to just be really thoughtful about how you're naming your procedures. This is overkill. Okay, you don't need to do this much for a function like this. Okay, and part of the reason why you don't need to, why you can just say calculate the area of a rectangle. Part of the reason you can just have a simple comment like this is that we have very clear, meaningful names for the function, names for the input, and even a nice name for the output. Okay, so that makes it clear what's going on in here. But just be aware that there are you can get really deep into being that it's very, very important in the programming world to be very, very clear about what you're writing, not just so that the computer can understand it, but so that other programmers can understand it.